Pair of Ordnance P13. This is an unplanned buy. It was just too good of a price to pass up. To put your mind at ease. I'll just keep it cocked. Like one guy, I think it was my Springfield mil-spec video, he asked why I put the safety on even though I cleared it. It's ready to go right now. But of course right there it's not, even though there ain't nothing in the chamber. That's just the way it goes. This box is about utterly crap they give you. They don't do it like that anymore. This is the older style. But it's got a little hinge thing, and of course this is just your manual and unparalleled capacity. And it has let me open this sucker up. Some of the details about them and the models. The P14, 13. This is before the P18 came out. This had the P16. So you can see the P13 spec. You can freeze that. You can read some of the specs right there too if you want to pause it. Go ahead. I'll just start at the top here. P14. Pause these if you want to. Get that damn glare. But alright. Get this out of the way. And of course that's Todd Jarrett there. He's been sponsored by them for a long time. Competition shooter. Get this little sorry box out of the way. I got this one loaded up. I was checking the weight on it. See what it weighed, loaded and unloaded. It's a commander length slide. I think this is an officer length frame, but the P12 has the officer slide, but it's even shorter frame than this. I'm not sure. It might be kind of like a CCO, concealed carry officer, a mix. So, but it's got a fat magazine. You can see definitely it's fat, but I mean, even though this front strap is definitely wider than your standard 1911, but overall here the actual width is not that much wider. Just that the factory grip on 1911 has so much arc in it. This more or less just stays square and then rounds off at the edge. But I'll do a comparison on that later. And another thing, I was kind of worried about. This is my Milt Sparks VM-2. I was worried about it not fitting, but it fits in there good. Even though it's definitely fatter, so I'll probably be more for winter carry. Get it all in all the way. Yeah, it looks good with it right there. You can see. Nice easy draw. But it came with two mags. The one that's in it was still on the wrapper. I don't think it had been shot. Most of the marks that are on it are like from the slide stop or slide release from when they were putting it back together. It's a little hard to get an idiot mark on the frame, but they got them on the damn slide, which is, I think, the ultra idiot mark right there. And I was able to get these from CDNN. These are listed as pre-bands. I guess they made like millions of these suckers back in the day. And the capacity on the box says 10. This was made in, I think Dayco puts it at 96. It says capacity 10 because it was during the band era. But I think since it was made before 94, these are labeled as pre-band. And I used to often see when I saw these for sale, I saw a little sticker that says, please inquire Para about getting, high capacity magazines. They couldn't sell them, but they could sell them extra kind of thing. So I think that's how they were able to get some 13 round, unless they just got them afterwards. I'm not quite sure, but these are listed marked as pre-band. These were $20 a pop from CDNN. So I got direct, so I got 5. And look, I mean, for those that kind of wondering, me. A lot of rounds of 45 right there. A lot. So, but I haven't shot it yet. It's just a preliminary overview, so I'm not going to call it a review. But it seemed I was sitting there practicing with just snap caps and that kind of thing. And it seemed pretty good. And the one thing I am probably going to change before I even shoot it is this mag release is freaking plastic. I don't think it's going to hold up to a lot of abuse. The trigger is plastic. I'll probably buy another trigger at the same time, but I don't think I'm going to change that. At least until I shoot it first. And the mainspring housing is plastic too, which, I mean, I guess it keeps weight down. This thing is a pretty hefty gun. Let's see, it weighs 2 pounds 4 ounces unloaded. loaded it's 2 pounds 14 ounce, so that's almost 3 pounds. That's a heavy thing to be carrying right there. But if you want that much firepower, I mean, that's a lot. 13 plus 1 is 14 rounds. So if you're carrying a shredder mag, that's 27 rounds total. That's quite a bit. Of course, you know, carrying a single stack, there is always the reloading factor. But I mean, that's also another thing. I don't know, some people, I found the grip pretty good. I mean, it still points very nice. I mean, it's fatter than a single stack. I mean, no doubt, but it still feels it fits my hand pretty good. You can see I don't have a super large hand. Of course, I'm gonna keep the short trigger. I'm not gonna go with a medium like I usually go with my single stacks. Put that right there, and I'm gonna later on do a comparison showing you. Also, you can kind of see it, the difference where they keep this back section kind of a standard style, and you can see where they widen it out. This overall thickness right here isn't much wider than a standard 1911, just it stays more squared off. And so you got, I mean, the magazine well's like a ½ inch bigger, but the way they do the grip and design, I'll do a comparison showing it later. So hopefully this thing shoots pretty good. I mean, I had a pair before. I mean, it was just a standard GI Expert, which I ended up trading it in. And hopefully this one shoots pretty good. It seems to be a overall, you know, good fit. And I mean, it doesn't have a super tight slide to frame fit, but it seems to be decently built and locked back on the magazines and all that good stuff. The trigger pull is right about 5.5 pounds. Not super great, but it's not a bad trigger really. The front strap does have serrations, which I mean it kind of helps some keep them just being so not but smooth. It's a big fat, you know, thing. But overall, I really like it. This is stainless, of course. If I was probably gonna get really hard use about carrying it, I would most likely hard chrome it. Let me zoom in on that thing. Give you a look at it. Right there. But I'd probably hard chrome it. They made them in like black here. You can see this is the May 1994. You can see the article on the Para P13. Let me see if I can find that thing while you're looking at that. Should have had it marked, but oh well. 70, oh, I was already there. See the articles by Gary James. Let me zoom out of this thing. I just ain't prepared. Ordnance P13. I actually bought this magazine as an afterthought because I was buying the HK magazines, the back issues off eBay, so I picked this up too and just happened to end up buying that thing right there. I wanted one of these things for a long time. I always just like the looks of it. They had it in an alloy frame, so if you're concerned about weight, but then of course shooting it's get a little more felt recoil. So I like the stainless look. It just looks real nice. It has the standard type you know, guide rod and all that kind of thing. Just 3-dot sight, so that of course this rear one did take a hit right there, so I think it might have been carried some. But alright, and also getting grips is kind of a tough thing, because you can see the way they're designed. Keep taking that damn magazine out. You can see it has kind of a step to it in the grip, and you also notice this little back section here, because the way the trigger is a double stack, but all this is single stack. This frame area is kind of cut out, so you can get the trigger through, and this kind of keeps debris from getting inside of it and messing things up, like along the sear and stuff like that. And the later ones did have a beaver tail. This is just the old, kind of reminds me of the Colt style, but it is. I mean, it's still got a good feel to it, but you can't always fit a beaver tail if you want to try to go with that later. Jesus Christ, 9 damn minutes. That's enough about this thing. Right, I'll put the safety back on just to make you feel your mind at ease, but appreciate you watching. See you later. Thanks.